I'm in my home, and there's a demonstration out front, and I go to peek out the window, and there's a drone facing me. Well, whoever was running it turned it around quickly, and it crashed.
As I said, my friends, welcome to the Savage Nation. We have senility has set into the Senate. Dianne Feinstein thought that a toy airplane outside her window was a drone, and this is the woman who's in charge of the Senate Intelligence Committee. Welcome to the Savage Nation for this edition of the 18th of March in the year 2014. Today's topic really is I'll give you a title. I try to make a title for every day, the rogue presidency. The only thing he hasn't been able to trample on and crush is Vladimir Putin. He's crushed everything else in his path, including our borders, our language, and our culture. I have many things that I would like to talk about today, but it'll take me some time to get to them. Let's begin with the biggest news of the day. It's not about the missing plane or the missing first family going on another junket to China in a few weeks. That will be the First Lady, the two first daughters, and, of course, First Lady's mother. You can't go anywhere without her. They will not release the costs of their junket to China. That's why I call it a rogue presidency. The only thing this presidency hasn't trampled and crushed is Vladimir Putin. But the big news is that the New York Senate, just minutes ago, actually Monday, rejected the Immigrant Student Dream Act. Congratulations. It was close. It was a 30-29 vote. The New York State Senate rejected a bill that would open up state tuition assistance to illegal alien students, dashing long-held hopes of advocates for illegal aliens, mainly the socialist Democrat regime that lives off the alien vote. This is a very big story because it would have cost the state about $25 million to open up tuition assistance program money for illegal alien students. And how this was blocked is beyond me. In a state as corrupt as New York, I don't know the answer to it. But just know that it's good news. Because in Texas, New Mexico, California, and Washington State, all these states are now controlled by the illegal alien mafia and the lobbyists for them who control the state assemblies and the state senates. And, of course, virtually every political office in these states as well depends entirely upon illegal alien voters. And that's why I say we have a rogue presidency. There are many topics that I haven't gotten to. It'll take me some time. I would be remiss not to tell you that my ratings for the month of February came out in radio, not mine, everyone in radio, and I'm king of the hill. And let's start in New York City. On WABC, I am the most listened to host on the station. No one can deny it. The numbers support that. No doubt you'll hear people say it's not true, but it's true. They don't want to know that the guy who did it all on his own could do it all on his own without the help of the cartels that run radio. But most important to me is this. You know, I know a Nobel Prize winning chemist that when he was told he won the Nobel Prize, his students said, "Professor, do you know you won the Nobel Prize?" He said, "That's interesting." And he went back to teaching about the double helix. It's a very famous story from the early 50s before the scientific community became infested with the concept that everything is about money. He was a pure scientist, but he didn't pay that much attention to his Nobel Prize. And I guess I shouldn't pay that much attention to my ratings. However, I'm in a ratings business. The professor was on a tenured professorship. My business of talk radio depends entirely on you, the audience. And boy, have you turned out in great numbers. And my number one competitor, as you well know, is on the decline. When the numbers were first reported in January, and I handily beat him in the first month, his spokesmouth said, "This is not a sprint, it's a long-distance race." Well, in round 2 of this long-distance race, he's fallen far behind me, even farther behind than he did in round 1. I think the sun has set on poor Wallbanger's enterprise. I'm not going to give you the exact numbers. I'm going to just tell you again, I slammed him to the mat. And even in Chicago, you want to hear something interesting? WLS in Chicago, one of the great stations in America, I'm on a time-delayed broadcast while Wallbanger is live. I even beat him in that head-to-head, and even though I'm time-delayed. In my hometown of San Francisco, the numbers are fabulous. Again, my ratings are very good in San Francisco, and I beat Hannity there. Dallas, Fort Worth, unbelievable what my listeners on WBAP have done. Enormous. I'm not allowed to give you the direct numbers. They're 4 times